Welcome to the Honeymoon Mindset podcast, discussing topics to give you tips and tools so you can choose to live your relationship with a honeymoon mindset. Here are your honeymoon mindset experts, James and Beth. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Honeymoon Mindset. I am James. I'm very grateful that you have tuned in to this new episode. Today, I've been talking to you about your future. I've been doing a lot of studying and research on reasons for divorce, problems or issues that face marriages, long-term marriages, second marriages, blended families. And one thing I came across once you boil it down is the future. What are you going to do with your future? When you don't know what you're going to do with your future, we get caught up in the mundaneness, the everyday tasks, responsibilities, the kids, bills, work, taking the garbage out, because I just took the garbage out. The feeling of your partner is a roommate. The feeling that you're just going through the actions. It's because you don't have your future figured out. We've been told and feel like that's what the American dream is. Go to work, pay your bills, take vacation once or twice a year, go through life, go through the motions, have kids. But I'm here to tell you, life is a whole lot more. That's not a honeymoon mindset at all. Now, there are some people who think that's the best thing in life, and they're happy, they're content. That's great. More power to you. I'm excited for you. But we're all meant to be more than that. We're meant to have a honeymoon mindset with our relationships and with our families. And that means we need to know what our future is. How do you do that? How do you plan for our future? I mean, we have so much money. We have all these responsibilities. We have these commitments that we've made. I didn't say you have to do your future now. Well, my husband or my partner doesn't want to do anything. They just want to sit around. They just want to do whatever. They have nothing to live for. They have no excitement. They're caught up in the mundane. They don't know what else to do. They feel like they're doing everything. They have nothing to live for. They feel like the relationship is like they're living with their roommate. Dead end. And I'm here to tell you, you and your partner need to sit down and plan your future. What do we think of our life? Most people and relationships live in the past. They live in fear of the past. And then when they do look at the future, it looks too much. It looks too daunting. It looks too overwhelming. Too much. So then they don't do anything about it. They just stick with the status quo and the norm. The routine, because it's comfortable. It's okay. Break out of it. Plan your future. Sit down with your partner. Quit feeling bored. Like I said, I've just done a lot of research. Top reasons. And yeah, boredom is like way up there. It's like 3-4 on the list. Same with problems with marriages, long-term marriages, second marriages. Because you didn't plan for your future. That's where the excitement comes in. It doesn't matter what you have for income. Doesn't matter your body size or shape. What matters is, what do you guys want to do as a couple? Where do you want to take your family? Now, when I say take your family, I'm not talking Disneyland, Disney World, or to some foreign country. But if that's part of your future, awesome. Where do you want your family to be? Where do you want them to go in life and do? That takes time. That takes planning. And it takes change. Change is awareness times willingness. When you become aware of it, great. Now there has to be a willingness, a desire. What's going to change it? The motivation for the change. That's the willingness. So you and your partner need to sit down and talk about it. When you talk about your future, you get to look at where you've been. Well, I don't like where we're living. Well, where would you like to live? What's your ideal house? What's your ideal vacation? What's your ideal retirement? What's your ideal vehicle of choice to drive, to own? What would you like to do as a family? And you sit there and plan it. Look at the future. Oh, we don't have anything like this now. Well, you know what? You need to plan it. You need to figure it out. Don't be scared of the future. Yes, you need to get out of your comfort zone. Change your comfort zone. Change the routine. Change the monotony of your life. But do it one little step at a time. Well, wait a minute. But James, how do we start? What do we do? Well, first, you and your partner need to sit down and plan your future. Talk about it, like I just said. And take a hard look at where you're at. What small changes that you can start now to get ready for the future? And start making those small little changes. Well, we need to get in shape. Well, what are you going to do? Well, we can start walking 5 minutes a day. Nothing expensive there. You don't need to go buy a gym membership. You don't need to go buy any exercise equipment. Just get your shoes on, go walk. Or if it's crappy outside, just walk for 5 minutes around your house. Pace back and forth. It's still exercise. It's still getting you moving. Still toning your body. Okay, well, we need to change our spending habits. Well, instead of eating out 3 times a week, we'll only eat out once a week. Or 2, and then go down to 1. Then every other week, then maybe once a month. Those are small changes. Small adjustments in your budget so that you can start saving, so you can start getting financially ready for your future. You don't need to make big changes. Commitments. Hey, we do a lot of commitments, volunteering, kids are in sports, kids are in this. Fine. I'm not saying you don't need to stop that, but how are you going to use those to prepare yourself? When you're planning the future, you need to be committed. You need to find other tasks and other things to get through it. And sometimes those commitments help you see different personalities that you might meet in your future, or get you to realize that I don't want to be like this. I want to be like that. What do I need to do to get from A to B? So I'm not like A. I want to be like B. That's what planning your future does. It gets you excited for life. Planning your future gives you something to live for. Planning your future gives you excitement, a bounce in your step. It helps you create that honeymoon mindset, that paradise. Now, when I say paradise, I don't mean, most of us think of paradise, we think of somewhere on the beach. You know, it's getting cold in Minnesota. I would love to be on the beach right now. But that's not realistic. And that may not be where you like. I know one lady, her and her husband, they don't like the beach. They prefer the mountains, the woods, the quietness. That's fine. That's wonderful. That's their paradise. That's what I mean by paradise. Where do you guys want to be? And there's some people, nope, I don't want the beach. I don't want the mountains. I prefer downtown Manhattan. I can just walk a few feet. I can go to my favorite stores. I can get anything I want to eat within half-mile radius. I'm independent there. Everything I need or want right there at my fingertips. That's fine. That's your paradise. That's a honeymoon mindset. You guys are sitting down. You're talking. You're figuring out. I understand. I can hear it now. James, what about we're so different? My husband wants to hunt and fish all the time. I want to go to a beach or to LA or Hollywood or somewhere like that for a vacation. But he would never go. Never say never. Never say never. Here's why. I said I never wanted to go to Hawaii. I said I never wanted to really go anywhere to Florida. Of course, I also say I don't want to go to Disney World or Disneyland. So I've changed my words. It's not a big thing for me to go to Disneyland or Disney World. I've been to Six Flags Great America several times growing up. And to the big amusement park in my backyard. I've been there. I've done that. It's like, okay, doesn't excite me anymore. If the opportunity knocks, yeah, of course I'd like to go. I've also said I never want to really go to New York either. I've been there and done that too. I've been to Hawaii. And now I'm looking for the next time I get to go back. Because I enjoyed it a lot more than I ever realized. And there's compromises you and your partner can make. What are those compromises? Well, maybe he wants to go on a safari, a real hunting excursion, or somewhere to Colorado or Montana to go hunting for elk or bison. Well, okay, hey, this year we do this. Next year we do that. What does that say? You're compromising. You're working together. Or sometimes you find a place in the middle and compromise. That's where planning your future out, especially for retirement. What do you plan to do in retirement? Beth and I, our retirement plans have changed many times in the last 3-4 years. The first time we were talking, it was, let's stay around Minnesota where we have our kids right now, because we think most of our kids will just stay in this area where we live, so that we can come see them. We might move a little hour south so we don't have so much cold weather to deal with, but still a couple hours away, 5 hours. Then we thought about the Arizona area, Texas area where it's a lot warmer in the wintertime, maybe in Florida, because there's a lot of snowbirds that go there right now. So we talked about that because that's a thing a lot of older people do. We've talked about moving to a tropical island somewhere. And then the kids can come fly and see us for the holidays or whatever and spend time with each other there. We've talked about traveling as we retire. Getting an RV, a coach, and traveling around the country. Nothing's set in stone. Things change. Things come up. But that's where you sit and you look at your future and plan it together. And then as you plan it, you're also figuring out, how do I need to change to make myself better for this? What do I need to do? Beth and I, that's the other thing, is well, I need to get more diverse on who I am. I need to start working on my mindset so that I'm ready for this type of shift and change. I don't want to be this type of person when you go on a trip that's always nagging or critical, but can go on the flow or be more strategic, vice versa. That's planning your future together. That's creating that honeymoon mindset for your paradise together. It's not sitting down in the status quo, going with the everyday routine. It's getting out. It's doing something. It's planning your future. It's getting excited about it. It might even be taking up a few lessons of fly fishing or knitting or basket weaving or whatever it is. Because wherever you're going or whatever you're doing, that's a little extra knowledge that you can use later. So you're improving yourself now for the future. But you're not living in the past either. You're not living in the mundane. You're looking at, okay, I've done this in the past. It hasn't worked. So what do I need to change? What do I need to find or do to help me change? And that's not living in the past. That's using your past to learn from. Oh, well, my parents have done this. No. Is that right? Is that really what you want to do? Is that really how you want your marriage to look in 10, 15 years? If it's not, what are you going to do? How are you going to plan for your future so you don't end up like that? Now, I know there's a lot of families that do a lot of stuff. And there's some families that work very, very hard for their living, especially if they're farmers or work in the coal industry or mining, manufacturing. Those are some hard jobs. Teaching is a hard job. Truck driving is a hard job. So yeah, they want to be sedentary. And you sit at home while your partner's a truck driver. How are you going to work that out? Okay, maybe we travel 3-4 times during the year. The rest of the time we're here with family, with that. That might work out if your partner is a truck driver. Break out of that cycle. Take your relationship to the next level, to the honeymoon mindset, by planning for your future, by looking at the future as inspiration for change, for growth, for bonding times and moments that you two can come together. Don't get stuck in the status quo. Open up that communication, plan, dream, and don't use your past as a holdback, but use it as a learning tool. Yes, history repeats itself. That's fine, but it doesn't have to. You can change history by changing what you're doing now. Get out of the mundane, get out of that rut, get out of the status quo, and start you and your partner planning for your future. Then you'll get to learn things with each other. You get to experience things. You get to grow as an individual as you get ready to change. That is how it's done. And that's going to end that boredom in a relationship. That's going to end that partner feeling like a roommate syndrome. And that's why you married your partner or got into a committed relationship with your partner. So that you guys can grow old. You can experience life. A lot of it stops because you stop planning for your future. You stop figuring out where to go. That is how you break it. That is how you have a honeymoon mindset, is planning for the future. If you know somebody who's stuck in a rut, lost their vision, lost their future, let them listen to this podcast. Send it to them. If you're stuck trying to figure out how to break through, not sure how, send me a DM on Facebook, Instagram, Passionate Life Mentors. Go to passionatelifementors.com. Send us an email. Give us a call. It's on the website. And we'll get back to you. We'll set up a 1-hour discovery call. And we will talk to you. We will help you figure out where to go. Where you want to go. Where you and your partner want to go and experience life. We'll help you figure out how to talk to your partner about it. How to bring it up. How to lead that conversation. How to listen to your partner. And how to work together to find a compromise that both of you can live with. So both of you don't need to give something up, but yet try to get both worlds perfect. So you can create your perfect honeymoon mindset together. Thank you for listening to this episode of Honeymoon Mindset. Plan for your future so you can live together forever in paradise.